Um, I figure I'd point this out. Um, if you read the Ninjatrader docs, they make it seem like your only real options for development is either using the built-in Ninjascript editor or using Microsoft Visual Studio. And I don't know about you, but like I much prefer using VS Code or Cursor for my development. And I also was using tools like ChatGPT to help me code some of my trading strategies more quickly. And I was very interested in being able to use, you know, spec driven development and AI tooling to code my trading strategies. So I was curious if I could get Cursor working with my development process. And what I figured out from here, so here's the doc that discusses the Visual Studio debugging. Well, how does this work, right? Well, there's a CS proj file in the NinjaTrader folders that we can reference. So all you need basically is if you download a copy of Cursor, just in case you guys aren't familiar with it, Cursor is a fork of Visual Studio Code made by Anisphere, and it gives you some additional features for developing stuff with AI. And that's what I have open here right now. So yeah, the interface is slightly different, but generally speaking, like anything you can do in VS Code, you can do in Cursor, and yeah, there's just like some minor differences, I would say. Um, First of all, there's an agents mode and an editor mode, although you can interact with agents in both modes. But the first thing we need to do is to open the appropriate folder as a project. Um, so let's go to the File Explorer real quick. You'll notice we are in the NinjaTrader 8 slash bin slash custom folder, right? And the reason this is interesting is because in here we have ninjatrader.custom.csproj. And this file is what we need access to. But there's a lot of reasons to have this as your like parent folder anyway, because it's a lot of context for AI, which is very beneficial, right? So, for example, there's your indicators folder and your strategies folder here as well, right? Um, and all this context can be very useful to the LLMs that you choose to use in your development. Um, so uh, that's all I ended up having to do, right? I just went File, Open Folder, and I pointed at the bin folder here. Well, actually, bin into custom. Actually, yeah, we're in custom right now. After that, like, if you look at any of the CS files, if you open them at that point, assuming you have uh, the extension for C Sharp installed, this one here, base language support for C Sharp, published by Anisphere. If you have that installed and you're in this context, you'll notice that all your NinjaTrader imports are resolvable, which is great. So, because the language server is working now and we have that CS proj, this is resolvable. And yeah, at that point, then you can just proceed with, starting a chat with an LLM. Like I'm using Claude Sonnet 4.5 for mine. And yeah, in agent mode, I can just go like, I'll show you a previous conversation, will I? Here's an example of one I did. Let's go to the top real quick. Yeah, this is a bit of a long example, but I was trying to get it to do stuff for the first time. So I was like, let's add a new feature. We're going to draw a fib extension from whatever I decide the initial balance is going to be once it's been defined. and I've given it some details about what I want the drawing tool to do, which is cool. So this was done in plan mode. You'll notice there's different modes here. Plan mode encourages the model to create a markdown file, kind of like I have here for trailing stops for a strategy. It'll ask you follow-up questions if anything's unclear. Once you've defined your spec, you can tell it to move to implementation. So I just went into agent mode and told it, start building stuff. And then if you have any general questions, you can generally do it in agent mode or plan mode. But if you want to not touch stuff, generally ask mode is best. So yeah, I did that. It made the list, and then you can see the proposed changes it made, and I can click on these to see, review the changes, and approve or, reject as needed. And generally what I would do then is if I need to reject something, I would give it a reason why I'm rejecting, right? So yeah, it's been rather good. And I figure I'd share this info with everybody else. So yeah, hopefully that's useful to you.